Hey, RetconRaider here, with special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Dragon Matrix 7, Mathew Smith, Revenant, Alois, Drakiith, Eerie V23, EgonAlter, Emile, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Nathan Welch Jr., RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. As today we delve deeper into the Ivory Sanctum, now that we've jerry-rigged things in our favor. Not much else to say, so let's get right into this, shall we? Oh, what's this? That doesn't sound great. Oh yes, we should probably move. You alright, Pipebox? Ah, he's fine. So that was apparently the crush me with a giant rock button. I mean, I would have gone with a light switch or something, but, you know, tastes differ. Hey, guys. Nah, this is easy.
Retreat is not an option.
Cover me, all right?
And that's the hall monitors. Which, in retrospect, I guess is what the real purpose of that boulder was. Had we scouted ahead with stealth, we could have then used the boulder to, I guess, squish them while they were on their patrol path. Not, of course, that we really needed to. Oh. Huh. Actually got some use out of Mythic Perception. That's fun. These guys could have actually done some damage if they'd snuck past our frontliners.
I will resist.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Kneel before me.
Wait a minute. That's not a cultist. That's a Glabrizu. Yeah, pretty sneaky. We'll have to watch out for that. Oh. Yes, Midnight Bolt. We will absolutely take that. Specimen 367, Finian Dismar, Test Report 2. Master! The second stage of the testing process was a success. Specimen 367, Finian Dismar, turned into a dagger on command. The blade is of flawless quality. It controls the depth to which it plunges in the victim's flesh, adjusting the strike. The Crusader provided for the experiment was dissected alive, with no damage to internal organs within 15 seconds. The incisions were clean and smooth. The blade is undamaged. Additional notes. The specimen still makes unwanted noises. Pleas such as "stop" and "don't do this" can be discerned. The application of acid works as a temporary solution. Yikes. Well, that is rough. Yeah, no wonder he's so messed up now. Oh, and speaking of Finian, I can't remember if I brought this up before, but they actually just revised him in one of the recent patches. The reason I had stopped using him was because he had the Brilliant Energy ability. On the bright side, that did help against heavily armored foes because it would ignore physical armor. But the downside was that it would also be completely useless against non-living foes, such as golems and undead. Now though, they've dropped Brilliant Energy, and as far as I can tell, they've replaced it with a flat plus 1d6 force damage. Obviously not as impressive as ignoring physical armor, but at least this way, we don't have to worry about quickly trying to swap it out every time we encounter certain types of foes. Okay, so our big gets there were the Midnight Bolt and the report about Finian. Moving on. Ooh, distorted mythic Babao. Scary, scary. Not that scary. Ah, and he's getting ready to pull a Phoenix. That I do not like. I don't like that they can get back up and get one last round of attacks, and we can't really do anything about it.
I will see to your demise.
Okay, never mind. It turns out we could do something about it. I stand corrected. Touché, Wrath.
This one's mine.
Looks like another boulder button. And we're done. Good work, everyone. Boulder? Huh. Maybe not. Ah, secret treasure buttons. That is more my speed. I'm already bold enough. I don't need to get bolder.
This is my kind of work.
Mysterious note. The layman and the wise man perceive different things in the same symbols. Seek out precious knowledge where others blindly pass it by. 3 changes place with 4. Turn the star to nothing, and behold a star in the darkness, but a different one. I'm sorry, what? 3, 4... Okay, I think that's a combination. 3450. And then we get to behold a star in the darkness. Whatever that means. I guess we'll keep an eye out for combination locks. Oh. Well, hello there. Oh, and hey, look at that. Caster hiding on the sideline. Oh, that's not great. Shadow votaries are bad news. 3 of them could actually mess us up pretty bad. We need to push through as quickly as possible.
Press the attack.
Pardon me, guys. Gotta go shed some light on something. Nice. Waljiff? Ah, I see. Yeah, this was feeling slightly too easy.
Precision and grace.
Crit Storm.
I'll make short work of this.
And look at that. They actually doled out some damage that time. Good for them. Let's see what we've got here. Elven notes. Yep. Storyteller gets around. Not, of course, that his notes just being here mean he had anything to do with these guys. Same with Aurelu, really, because in theory, the storyteller's notes date back to the Cataclysm, or the years immediately after that. It's entirely possible that Aurelu and Baphomet's cultists have just been collecting them after the fact, and using them to assist with their own research. Ominous. And locked. Coded note. Crumpled, soiled sheet of paper that has lain in the pocket of some forgetful cultist for a long time. Several shapes are drawn on the page. A triangle, an upside-down 5-pointed star, squares, and circles. Oh, that's the same code from the other one. 3 becomes 4, becomes a star, becomes nothing. And we've got a bunch of buttons with shapes on them. No, wait, this one's 3540. Right, so that opens the door, but what about the other one? Let me double check that real quick. Three, 4, 5, 0, yeah. Almost the same, but with transposed numbers in the middle. Unless the third number is 0. And if the last one's not a normal star, then what? Like a hexagon? So 3, 4, 0, 6. Hey, look at that. Ring of Sacred Touch. Essentially adds 1d6 to touch-based attack or healing spells. I'm assuming that does not count range touch. Mythic Healing may have actually made Darren incompatible with this item. That's fine. We have no shortage of healing. Fancy.
Watch and learn. Fine.
Okay. Balanced Defender. +4 longsword. When wielded with a shield, it grants an additional +3 to hit. Wow. So that would, in effect, that would essentially be a +7 longsword in our hands. +7 to hit, +4 damage. Not the most exciting weapon, but we'll toss that to Sela when we get back to Dresden. A plant stands in a pot, swaying gently, its vines and leaves strangely resembling charred human flesh. It slowly turns to you. Crazed human eyes stare at you from the surface of the flower bud. Beneath the pulsing plant tissue, you can still make out the features of a face. The face of Marhivok, the chief of the ill-fated Wintersun clan. Oh, good for him. Glad to see things worked out. Darren hisses profanities through gritted teeth, shaking his head in disbelief. That was a man. I've said it before, and I shall say it again. Life is the most precious thing that we possess. But this... Not every state of physical existence is worthy of being called life. I mean, he literally asked for it. He knew he was under the influence of Jerabeth's spells, and still fought to stay under it. I feel like this was his call to make, and I mean, I'm happy to leave him to it, I guess. Besides, who knows? Jerry may deflower him at some point. Somewhat scary, but harmless plants that grow in the abyss. Someone lovingly recreated a scene from the wilderness of the demon world. And I can't help but notice that that is the only outer wall segment that doesn't have a bunch of stuff all over it. So I feel like that is very blatantly a secret door. May Canabras be damned. That is the same letter we found back in our original war camp, right at the opening of Act 2. I remember speculating that this thing might actually be the work of demon agitators, and considering we're just finding a copy of this in what I'm assuming must be Jerabeth's room, I think we just found our agitator. I mean, I don't take it personally. I don't remember it ever actually getting any notable results. But it is nice to kind of tie up that little loose end, I guess. That's a fun detail. I like that. So much like Arielu, Jerry was following our progress from early on as well, though maybe not us specifically. Just our particular leg of the crusade. That could be part of why she was so eager to make a deal, as opposed to try to fruitlessly and fatally confront us, as so many other demons have. Couple of nice scrolls here. An entomologist's tool. A board dotted with pins for displaying insects. Which is probably going to be Xanfir's final resting place. Yep, so this is definitely Jerabeth's room. No sign of Jerry, though. She's got good survival instincts. And that is a very nice bath. You know, say what you will about Jerry, but she has some nice taste, if a bit on the macabre side. Okay, so we did not find any way to open or interact with that blank wall, which means it's either nothing, or there must be some other thing we missed. Maybe a switch we didn't spot, or another combination we need for the keypad here. Actually, that must be it, because she specifically mentioned that Xanthir was just on the other side of the wall from her room. So we'll need to keep an eye out for other clues so we can actually get to him. Oh, look at that. We've got a demon bunk room. With a couple of very unfortunate snipers right up front. Poor guys. This hardly seems fair. Well, you shouldn't go archer if you don't want to get shafted.
Prepare yourself!
never mind. Too far from the door.
Out of my sight! Retreat is not an option!
Yeah, these guys never stood a chance. This is kind of sad.
Distract them from me.
But I'm pretty sure there's more where they came from. Plus, you know, this is classic dungeon crawl design. Either mook encounters intended to nickel and dime us, to wear us down before the big encounters, or easier encounters just to lull us into a false sense of security. Cream soup with a snout. I don't really have hang-ups when it comes to most foods, but generally speaking, I do prefer to eat things that are not recognizably part of a once-living animal. Ground up or processed, please. I'll have a burger, not a whole roast boar. And then just a bunch of vendor trash. Nothing notable. Plus, what I believe is actually a new book. The Unsung Feats Behind the Crusade. Oh yeah, that's pretty dark. So we'll set that aside for the next reader episode. I think we've almost got enough for the next one. I like to hold off until we have at least 10 book or lore items to go through. I think this puts us at 8 or 9. That's actually kind of pretty. Aha! Kalavakis. Two Kalavaki. And a couple of votaries. Shadow votaries, the only real threat here. And yet another Kalavaki.
Time to share your treasures.
Kneel before me.
Goodness. Where'd his bones go?
I will see to your demise.
Desna, guide my hand!
Nice. Well done, Aru. And there's the real threat. One Coloxus Defiler. Hiding way in back, just waiting to hit us with debuffs. And that's it for the Coloxus.
Make your peace.
That was actually a fairly interesting encounter setup, just undone by bad initiative rolls on their side. I think the Colossus was supposed to open with Mind Fog, which in turn would have made us much more vulnerable to the Kalabakai's enslaved soul. That would have gone a long way towards giving them a better fighting chance. Headquarters maps, scouting reports, mission plans. Your officers will be very keen to take a look at these documents. And yet another hidden switch. Interesting. Fortune's Temper. A +4 Holy Star Knife. On crit, all allies within 40 feet are affected by a prayer spell. Basically a glorified bless. Hey, there we go. Mithril plate +3. That's not bad. Well, +4 in our hands. I think we can actually use this. Though... we would gain +1 AC, but we'd also lose that defensive ability. Though on the other hand, Reflex 18 isn't likely to be useful all that much longer. We are getting to the point where a lot of enemies we're running into are rocking savings throws in the double digits. Yeah, I guess we'll use it. It is technically better, I just like the way the other one looks. And speaking of the way things look... Out of my way! A cultist wearing a Deskerite robe clenches his fists and glares at the servants of Baphomet blocking his path. The enemy is at the gates! You must release the specimens! That is a direct order from Xanthir the Plagued One. Hear that? A woman in armor decorated with an oxhead emblem laughs disdainfully. Her fellow believers echo her mocking laughter. Xanthir the Plagued One gave us an order! A direct order! He said that to you, did he? You open it then. Go on, I won't stop you. Open the cage and we'll stand back and watch that beast bite your locust-filled head off. Now isn't the time for your petty grievances. I made myself clear the first time. We have been invaded. The enemies are inside the Ivory Sanctum. They'll be here any moment. The enemies have been here for a long time already, the Templar barks, and the cultist steps back in surprise. You came into our Ivory Sanctum, setting yourselves up as the masters, sullying the place with your experiments. Do you know what this room used to be? A hall of converts, a monument to our greatest victories. The portraits of former enemies who switched to Lord Baphomet's side used to hang here. But your Xanthir the Syphilitic One ordered it all to be put into storage, and built a zoo in its place. There will be no sanctum left if the Crusaders... Stop! The frightened cultist points at you, and the eyes of everyone present are turned in your direction. Who goes there? I don't think I've seen you here before. Oh man, we have a Trickster option and the Jerabeth option. And if I have to choose just one, we're going to go Trickster. Hey, don't mind me. Blex Bloodglove? Just running errands for the boss man? This is, Kaz. The great Xanthir Vang says to just hide in the cages with his experiments. Don't worry, they're programmed not to hurt you. Probably. What do you mean they won't touch us? Rubbish. These beasts will eat us as soon as look at us. You don't believe me? Are you doubting the words of the esteemed Xanthir the Plagued One? Watch and be amazed. With me, brothers! Oh, and we're fighting. Well, okay then. I think they are actually safe in there. That is not at all the result I was expecting. Also, I'm really hoping Jerry's not too attached to our minions.
Cover me, all right?
Yeah, they're just chilling out in there. Oh, wait. Spoke too soon. We've got initiative rolls. Okay, yep, there we go. I suppose we'll just give them a moment to have their fun. Oh, and they're done. Time for our own cage match. Oh, yeah. Oh, goodness. Well, I really should have seen that coming, but one moment. I'm just going to get this cleaned up real quick. Alright, let's try this again.
Close ranks.
Oh, yeah, we're fine.
This one. This is why I'm better.
Those two haven't joined in yet, so we'll just focus on the rocks. Bye. Man, I think that one charmed cultist did more damage to us than anything else in this dungeon so far. And now for you guys.
Battle formation.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Oh, jeez. And that just became a close second.
Press the attack!
That really goes to show I really should not underestimate these distorted mythics. Though to be fair, Helpful is the weakest of our frontliners.
Oh, skip the pleasantries. Watch and learn.
Thank you, Waljeff. Much appreciated. I think we've got time for one more. Uh-oh. Teacher, it's the Crusaders. They're already here. The commander himself is with them. Don't be such a coward. These pathetic knuckle-draggers are powerless before the might of the great Xanthir the Plagued One. The figure in the robe turns towards the cultist, who automatically takes a step back, bringing a hand to his mouth. There is no human face beneath the gray hood. Just a swarm of shifting locusts. Did I not say what I would do to the next halfwit who dared to call me by that ignominious moniker? Oh, my. Xanthir shakes one of his sleeves. A small swarm of locusts emerges from within it and envelops the cultist's head. Shrieking, he tries to get them off, but they have already burrowed their way inside, turning his face into one gaping wound. The unlucky cultist continues screaming desperately for a few seconds, and then his body explodes into pieces as the locusts burst out from within. You, come here. We still have time to complete the transformation. He beckons a demon over, and it scrambles eagerly toward the threatening-looking machines. Xanthir turns to his surviving students. And all of you, do as I've taught you. Try, just this once, to follow my instructions to the letter. And if anyone drops another Nahindrian crystal, he will only have himself to blame for his horrific fate. Well, this guy is just lovely. We should probably get in there. You quickly realize that the wall of locusts is not magic in itself, and you cannot break it as you would a spell. Right, because it is him. With deft movements, you scatter the buzzing insects into the air, creating a gap in the wall that you can pass through into the chamber. The demon summoned to the machine howls in pain. Paying no attention to you, Xanther Vang places crystals in the demon's body, and you sense rather than see the demon change into something different. Something more frightening than before. Xanther Vang looks at his students, who are only just starting to carry out the procedure on their own demons. Cease your rummaging, dolts. Consider your lesson ended. You're working too slowly. Unchain these beasts and defend the chamber. Fight until the last. I'm glad we just stood there while they were doing all that. But to be fair, talking is a free action. Oh, that's going to be a problem. Ember, we are going to need your assistance here. We'll let them waste their turns approaching. Fire in the hole! Gosh darn it. Take two.
Distract them from me.
I will resist.
Nabasu is pulling a phoenix. Let's go for the caster. The locks us down. Oh. Okay. Alright, we'll leave the swarms to Ember. Ooh. And Vex is stunned. Oh boy, this is actually getting kind of tricky. Darren, could you please help us out here? Mage armor. Not what I was going for, but sure, that helps.
Prepare yourself.
Zorm's webbed. Ow. You know what? I'll take it. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but I am not complaining. One swarm down. Okay. Thank you, Darren. I did not think that would work.
Retreat is not an option.
Rocks out. Hold. And we are good.
Time to share your treasures!
Oh boy, that one got messy. Alright, let's have a quick peek and then we'll have to call it. Blood-stained coded note. Crumpled, blood-soaked sheet of paper on which it is just possible to make out the words, Chamber Lord. Below there were 4 symbols, but only the first 2 can still be seen. A 6-pointed star and a triangle. So half of a 4-digit code. 6 and 3. Xanthir Vang on the nature of demons. One more for the next reader episode, I think. Though I'll skim it between episodes just to make sure there's nothing immediately relevant. Got a halfway decent headband there. A complex device combining technology and magic. The leather straps used to restrain victims. Looks worn from frequent use. We've seen those before. They were in Arilu's lab. So Xanthir is also trying to carry out the same sort of fusion experiments as Arilu. Same crystals, same devices and everything. But with much cruder results. I wonder if the 2 are related, like he's her apprentice, or if he's just trying to, like, copycat her work. Or they could both be inspired by the same source material. He did have some of the storyteller's notes. Anyway, yes, we are past time, so we should probably call it here. We'll hit the pause button for now, and I am actually going to have a peek at that book we just picked up. And we'll pick up here next time. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official websites. And if you'd like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things, or maybe even check out the Patreon, the YouTube memberships, or the Nexus GG page. Links are in the description.
Watch and learn.